All right, time now for Hit and Run. Let's go through some of the topics. Let's start with the Houston Astros. They have not been playing well. They were on the verge of getting swept at home against the Toronto Blue Jays before Jeremy Pena smacks a 2-run homer for his first career walk-off homer. D-Row early in the season, but so far, best case scenario, he's off to a very good start.
Huge shoes to fill. Dusty Baker raved about him when we did 30-30. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Altuve and Bregman at that moment in time thought Correa was coming back. Right. And Dusty had kind of, in his mind, said, maybe he's not, I'm moving on. They loved everything about Pena. And by the way, was going into that AB 0 for his last 14.
Yeah, he was in a 2-for-20 slump
against Mr. Romano, who does not give up homers.
He had converted 31 consecutive saves before Pena took him deep. That's a nice start to his major league career.
Yeah, really nice start. And the fact that he stays is, of course, you know, when you're struggling, I mean, it's easy for you to go even more downhill when you're a youngster. But to watch him and understand, you know, and the one thing I hope they're telling him, I know Bregman's telling him, you don't try to fill Correa shoes. You can't. You can't do it. You know what I mean? Be yourself. The talent's there. And, you know, let's just weather the storm and he'll be fine.
Maybe too young and naive to realize the magnitude of the shoes that he has to fill. You talk tough love. Let me take you to Sunday. Kyle Schwarber, you guys.
Oh, this was a good snap over
none
right
too pleased. I haven't seen it like that in a while. None too pleased with Angel Hernandez's strike zone.
He was like both sides. I read the lips the whole way. I wish I had TV. I couldn't replay it at the hotel.
Look,
hey, listen.
Either two things are happening. He is trying his best, and he's just not, and he's missing some calls, or he's deliberately trolling us. I mean, I don't
Lauren,
understand.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Deliberately troll. Really?
I mean, come on, you're watching the game. They're putting up the box every night. You know you're being judged, and he doesn't seem to adjust any bit of his strike zone since he first broke into it.
Why would that?
I don't understand.
You can't have guys reacting like this. He's saying you're giving up, down, in, out. Both sides, 1-0 game. Eric Lauer,
Cliff,
13 punch.
Cliff, the home plate umpire can't be the #1 trending topic on Twitter on Sunday Night Baseball. It just can't happen.
It's about the players. And I will say this. When there's no repercussions, to your point, you just keep going out there. There's no repercussions. Does he get sent down ever?
No.
Have you ever heard he got fined? I mean, you talked about the opening of the show. He missed six calls.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my livelihood. I get a shot at the title. I'm trying to come through. Schwarber, that's a leadoff walk against one of the toughest lefties closers in the sport. And that's a ball. You get the first base. You possibly could rattle Josh Hader. I mean, that's what you're trying to do. It's 1-0 game. You have to, just as much as we're dialing in and digging in and getting after it, he has to dial in and get after it just as much. And it's unfortunate because when you see, you know what the telling part of last night was when you see they panned out to Andrew McCutchen in the outfield. And he's like, he wasn't saying shame on you, Kyle. He was going, this is pitiful. This is
a good snap.
This is a good.
The Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox are struggling, and they have been under siege, hit badly by the injury bug. The latest, Eloy Jimenez, is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a hamstring injury. This is not a tweak. No. This is 6 to 8 weeks. And D-Row, the injury list is staggering for this team.
I think people got to be realistic right here when you look at this. I know they've lost 7 in a row, but just pump the brakes on the panic button. Because this is a third of your line. These are monster pieces to your team. Eloy's at 35 and 100. Moncada is probably the best looking guy in the game. Lance Lynn is your #1. Luis Roberts fighting for an MVP. Joe Kelly's and Garrett Crochet are as good as it gets in those middle to late innings. You can't replace all this. Yeah. So you just got to, like you said, you just got to weather the storm. You got Giolito back last night.
But hold on, though. I'm playing devil's advocate.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'll just say this. I mean, you saying this early. All I'm saying is to get these guys back, when you look at some of the things that, that's ailing them, it's tough because we all expect when guys go on the IL for 10 days that they come back and they be exactly who they are. Yeah. Knee surgeries, groins, they linger. And, you're a year older. So when you missing a guy like Rodon, right? He's out there and
don't get him started on that.
Well, you got to replace that because you're that close. So we talk about some of these teams in the league. You look at the Cincinnati Reds. They derailed the whole thing. They just let go of everybody. And then look where they are. So I look at this White Sox team and go, hey, man, I mean, you have to figure out sooner than later who you are, because confidence of the Guardians, confidence of the Twins will catch you at times. I know
it's a long season, Chicago.
I'm not saying they're going to win the division, Flo. All I'm saying is, are you going to win the World Series?
Yeah, that's true.
If they're healthy and peaking at the right time, they certainly can do it.
Lucas Giolito came off the injured list, looked pretty darn good on Sunday.